Welcome back, my friends. Today we have a true story for you all. Let me ask you something. Do you feel like success is not for you? Have you failed in life or feel too weak to win? Do people say you can't do it and you sometimes believe them? Then this story is for you, and it might change your life. This is the story of a man who failed again and again. He was rejected from schools, jobs, and even by friends. People laughed at him and said he would never become anything. But in the end, he built a company worth billions of dollars. His name is Jack Ma. He started with nothing, no money, no power, no special skills. But he had a strong heart, a brave mind, and a dream that never died. Jack Ma created Alibaba, one of the biggest e-commerce businesses in the world. But before that, he was just a poor boy with a strong desire to learn. His journey was full of failure, but also full of hope. And now, you will hear it all. If you enjoy this story, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel grow and brings more inspiring stories to you. Now get ready, because Jack Ma's story is not just about success. It's about the power of never giving up. Jack Ma was born in 1964 in a city called Hangzhou, in China. His real name was Ma Yun, but later he became known to the world as Jack Ma. His family was very poor and lived in a small house with no car, no TV, and no telephone. His parents were traditional musicians, and they didn't earn much. Life was not easy, and Jack often wore old clothes and ate simple food. But even with so little, he was full of energy and always curious. He asked many questions and wanted to know more about the world. In school, Jack was not a great student. He had many problems with math and science. He failed his tests again and again. Teachers thought he was not smart, and some even laughed at him. But Jack was not afraid of failure. Instead of giving up, he kept trying. He believed that being smart is not the key to success. Working hard and never giving up is more important. That belief helped him continue, even when others told him to stop. There was one thing Jack truly loved: English. He wanted to speak with people from other countries and understand their world. But there were no English classes in school that helped him much, so he decided to learn in his own way. Every morning, Jack rode his bicycle to a hotel near a lake. Foreign tourists stayed there, and Jack offered them free tours of the city. In return, they spoke with him in English, and Jack listened, asked questions, and practiced. He did this every day for 9 years, rain or shine. He was just a teenager, but he showed more dedication than most adults. Slowly, his English became better and better. He didn't learn from books. He learned from real people, real conversations. This experience made Jack confident. He realized that he could learn anything if he worked hard. He also started to think differently than other kids. While they were busy with school homework, Jack was building a new kind of knowledge, the knowledge of life. But school was still a big challenge for him. He failed the middle school test twice. Later, he failed the college entrance exam 3 times. Most people would have stopped trying after so many failures, but not Jack. He kept going because he had a goal. He wanted to go to college, not just to get a degree, but to learn and improve. After 3 failures, he finally passed and got into a small university called Hangzhou Normal University. Even there, he was not the top student, but he continued improving his English and communication skills. He also began teaching others and working part-time. Step by step, Jack was building his future, not fast, but steady. He once said, "Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." These words came from his own life. He had lived through many hard days, but he believed the sunshine was coming. That little boy from a poor house, who failed so many times, was not finished. His journey had just begun. And what happened next was even more surprising, because life was about to test him even harder. After finishing college, Jack wanted to find a good job. He felt ready and excited to work. But things did not go as he expected. He was rejected again and again. He applied for many jobs, but no one accepted him. Even KFC came to his city and hired 23 out of 24 people. Jack was the only one who was rejected. It was painful, but he smiled and moved on. He also tried to join the police force. They told him he was not good enough. Others were chosen, but Jack was left behind. He felt like a failure, but he didn't quit. He even applied to Harvard University 10 times. Every time, they said no. Most people would stop trying after so many rejections. But Jack believed that something better was waiting for him. He found a job as an English teacher. The pay was only $12 a month. But he loved teaching and helping students grow. It gave him purpose, even if the money was small. Jack was always thinking about new ideas. He believed that the future of China was online. But at that time, most Chinese people didn't know about the internet. Jack saw something that others could not see. In 1995, he visited the United States. A friend showed him the internet for the first time. He searched for the word beer and found American and German results. But there was nothing from China. That moment opened his eyes. He thought, why isn't China on the internet? He returned home with a big idea in his mind. He wanted to bring Chinese businesses online. Jack didn't know much about computers. He couldn't code, and he wasn't a tech expert. But he had a dream and strong communication skills. He shared his vision and found people who could help. In 1999, he gathered 17 friends in his apartment. He told them about his plan to build an online business. Most of them thought it was risky and crazy, but Jack's belief was stronger than their doubts. They started a company with $60,000 from friends. Jack named it Alibaba because it was easy to say. He liked the story of Alibaba, who opened the secret door. To Jack, Alibaba meant open chance for small businesses. At first, Alibaba made no money at all. People didn't trust the internet in China. Some called him a fool, and others laughed at him. But Jack and his team worked day and night. In the beginning, things were very hard. The company had no money. Jack and his team worked all day and sometimes all night. They had old computers, slow internet, and no office. They faced rejection again and again. Many investors said no. Some laughed at Jack and told him he was wasting his time. But Jack didn't stop because he believed in the future. Alibaba was different. Jack didn't want to take money from the sellers. He wanted to help them grow first. This idea attracted small businesses. They saw Alibaba as a friend, not just a company. Slowly, more and more people started to use the platform. Sellers joined from different cities in China. Buyers from other countries started to notice. Then, in 2005, something amazing happened. Yahoo, a big American tech company, decided to invest $1 billion in Alibaba. It was a huge moment. Suddenly, the world was watching Alibaba. People who once laughed at Jack were now silent. The company had finally proven that the idea was working. After the investment, Alibaba grew fast. The team got bigger. They built new platforms like Taobao and Alipay. Taobao helped people shop online like eBay. Alipay made online payments safe and easy. Jack was not just building a company. He was creating an internet ecosystem in China. Jack's leadership style was also unique. He wasn't a tech expert, but he was a great communicator. He motivated his team with simple, powerful messages. He said things like, customer first, employees second, shareholders third. He believed that if you helped others succeed, you would succeed too. This idea became the heart of Alibaba. In 2014, Alibaba did something historic. The company went public on the New York Stock Exchange. This means people could now buy shares of Alibaba. It became the largest IPO in history, raising $25 billion in one day. The poor boy from Hangzhou had built one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jack Ma became a global name. He was invited to speak at universities, business forums, and world events. But even with his success, Jack stayed humble. He often told his story, how he failed many times, how people laughed at him, and how he kept going. His message was simple: never give up. Believe in your dream. Work hard and be kind. After the success of Alibaba, Jack Ma became a world icon. People no longer saw him as just a businessman. He became a teacher, a speaker, and a role model for young people everywhere. Wherever he went, people listened carefully. They didn't just want to know about business, they wanted to understand his mind. Jack often said that failure was his best teacher. He told young people not to fear rejection. He reminded them how he failed many exams, how he was rejected from jobs, and how even Harvard said no to him 10 times. But each time, he stood up and tried again. He believed success was not about being the smartest person in the room. It was about having a dream, working hard, and never giving up. He said, "If you don't give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure." Jack also talked about kindness and teamwork. He told people to treat others well, to smile, and to help those around them. He said, "Your attitude is more important than your skills." That's why many people loved working with him. He made them feel important. Over time, Jack started thinking about the future, not just of Alibaba, but of the world. He wanted to do more than business. He cared deeply about education, young entrepreneurs, and the environment. So, in 2019, Jack made a big decision. He retired as the chairman of Alibaba. On his 55th birthday, in front of thousands of people, he said goodbye to the company he had built. There were lights, music, and even dancing. It looked more like a concert than a business event. But it was also emotional. Jack smiled, but some people saw tears in his eyes. He was proud of what they had built together. After retirement, Jack focused on giving back. He created the Jack Ma Foundation to support teachers, schools, and young leaders. He visited poor villages to help with education. He spoke at global events about the power of small businesses and the future of technology. Even though he left the business world, his words and ideas continued to inspire millions. He reminded people that no matter where you come from, even if you're poor, rejected, or unskilled, you can still succeed. What matters most is your heart, your courage, and your willingness to try. Jack once said, "Help young people. Help small guys. Because small guys will be big. Young people will have the seeds you bury in their minds. And when they grow up, they will change the world." Jack Ma's story is not just about business. It's a story of hope. It's a story of fighting against the odds. And it's a story that proves one thing: you don't have to be rich, smart, or lucky to succeed. You just have to believe. He was born in a poor family. He failed many times. He was rejected by schools, by jobs, and by people. But he never rejected himself. When the world said no, he said, "I will try again." When people laughed, he smiled and moved forward. He didn't focus on what he didn't have. He focused on what he could build. Jack Ma didn't build Alibaba with money. He built it with a dream, with trust, and with hard work. He didn't become successful overnight. He worked for years, in silence, in pain, and often in doubt. But he kept going. And one day, the world saw him. One day, the world clapped for him. Because he had already clapped for himself long ago. Today, Jack Ma is not just a billionaire. He is a symbol a symbol that your past does not decide your future. He is a reminder that failure is not the end. Failure is just a lesson. So, what can you learn from Jack Ma? Maybe you feel like you're not smart enough. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe people don't believe in you. But remember this, Jack Ma was just like you. And if he can rise from nothing to something, so can you. Believe in your dreams. Learn something new every day. Keep moving, even when it's hard. One small step each day can change your life. One day, someone will tell your story. Make sure it's a story worth telling. If you like this story, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Let us know what inspired you most from Jack Ma's journey. And remember, your journey is just beginning. See you in the next story.